Bam, we're live.
Hello.
No. This is not what everybody wants to be hearing about.
Whatever they do.
Guys, I'm here with Miss Sonia and Miss Shay.
Hey, what's up? Hey, guys.
Two of our kids class instructors. And they just had the pleasure of coming back from Thailand to do some training there. And, of course, a little bit of sightseeing. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of hook up with them and let everybody know what happened in Thailand and give you guys the lowdown.
What happens in Thailand stays in Thailand.
End of podcast. Thanks, guys, for listening. Tune in next time.
Yeah.
You're lucky we came back, John.
Yeah, I know.
You're lucky that we didn't
I'm
stay.
absolutely. So, tell me everything from start to finish. So, basically, you left Sudbury, you went to Toronto Airport, and then go.
So 40 hours of voyage. She timed it on her phone from the Bridge of Nations all the way to when we landed in Phuket. It was 39 hours and
47 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and I noticed you said Phuket because that's how they say it in Thailand, right? So you're not anglicizing it by saying Phuket.
I've been saying Phuket for a while. I mix up the two often,
I
but I've
still
been saying
anglicize
Phuket.
it. I actually used to
You're
say
such a tourist.
Phuket because that's what I thought it was for a really long time, and my mom
Shay.
got mad at me.
I'm mad at you right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
You're out.
So you guys, 40 hours from the Bridge of Nations here in Sudbury to Phuket in Thailand.
It was so nice. We walk out the plane and we're like, oh, the humidity was insane.
Hold
It
on,
was
back
so
it up,
nice.
because you guys had some layovers,
Oh, we're starting from the beginning.
Yeah,
okay.
the beginning.
Okay. We drove to Toronto. We went to what?
Record time.
Record time.
Thanks,
And
Ricky.
it was I had a timer. So 3 hours and 13 minutes is how fast we got to Toronto. We didn't stop. Ricky was a speed demon on the highway.
So what I'm hearing is you guys broke the law essentially immediately upon
No,
leaving
Let
Sudbury.
me
We're
rephrase.
exempt from the
We
law.
didn't. Ricky did.
Ricky
Yeah.
did. And that's why
We're
Ricky is
fine.
not here right now.
And that's why he drives.
Mike and Ricky will be doing the podcast titled Thailand After Hours later on.
Makes more sense.
Yeah.
Or just Mike.
Okay, so
Okay.
so 3 hours, 15 minutes to Toronto,
So
then
Toronto, so we ended up getting to Toronto way too early. So we had to wait in the airport in Toronto forever.
Yeah, we had 2 hours before we could even check in our baggage, so we had to sit down with all of our suitcases.
yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah,
was
we
so
really
bad.
didn't time. We were too excited to go to Thailand.
It's like you're not comfortable, and you have to
We were on
carry
the
lug
floor.
around.
It was nasty.
And even
Anyways.
getting there that early, we stopped to eat before we even went to the airport, so just to show you how overly punctual we were.
You know what? We
Well, it's
went
good
late.
because you could have gotten stuck in traffic or something anyway, right?
Not with Ricky's driving.
No?
No, swerving in and out.
Right?
He drives
so,
like the ties.
He does. So from Toronto to Amsterdam was a 6-hour flight. Let me tell you about the food on the plane. It was pristine. We were so well fed on the planes. I don't know. I'm so that's my favorite part. Honestly,
Honestly,
the food on the plane.
the reason why I'm going to say I liked it is simply because there was ice cream involved.
Yeah, we got snacks. Got ice cream snacks.
Yeah, except for the girl in front of me who refused to lift her chair and she lounged it all the way back. And I know it was terrible. And so Piper goes, Shay, put your knees on the back of the seat so you could have a bit of distance. So I did, and the entire time she was fighting me, and at one point I decided to put my knees down.
It was a fist fight on the plane.
It was so... Oh my gosh, it was so irritating. I tried so hard to be patient. I just fell asleep on Piper instead. I'm like, screw it, we can't sit up anymore.
It's fine.
So you get to Amsterdam, how long is layover?
6 hours.
Okay, not too bad.
It wasn't that bad. We had fun.
We ate pizza.
Yeah, it's good. So it was a
See
good
anything
time.
exciting? No,
No.
just the airport.
Just
Yeah.
the airport.
Okay, next flight.
11 hours to Bangkok.
Yep.
Again, delicious food on the plane.
Oh my god, I slept almost the entire time.
It was great.
It was miraculous. Because I didn't sleep before that, and that was 20 hours in.
Yeah, I slept
So-
the whole time.
I know.
I slept
Sonia,
for 40 hours.
Every time on every single flight, you could turn over and Sonia will be sleeping.
It's a gift.
It's
I've seen it even going to California. Sonia's always napping.
Hey man,
forever.
Love the naps. That's how I'm so that's why I'm so
XCK, yeah.
all the time. So then we get to Bangkok, and then it was we got there a little late because the plane was delayed, so we had to run to the next place.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And we had to run through the airport, through the customs,
Did
and
Mike run?
Define
I think
running.
he power walked.
It was the Mamere shuffle, the fast hips and the elbows side to side.
He did the power strut?
Exactly.
The fanny pack.
But
was great.
I forgot about that. That was terrible.
I
So
was
we
so
sat
stressed.
Was
on
he
the
out of
plane.
breath and stressed and sweating and
He
stuff?
was
He wasn't stressed. I was stressed. I was the one who's like ripping my hair.
And
like, we're gonna miss the plane.
The worst part is him and Ricky kept going the wrong way, and they were so sure of themselves. And Sonia's like, "No, it's this way. Come on."
And
so
I was right again
every single time. But for that flight, the 11-hour flight, when we sat in the plane, we got the first message over like the telecom or radio or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, there's going to be a 35-minute delay." So we had to sit in the plane before it took off, and then after that 35 minutes, we get another announcement saying that we have another 35-minute delay. So it ended up being like a 12-and-a-half-hour flight.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I slept. I was fine.
So like, okay, so you arrive in Phuket, right?
Yeah.
Then what did you guys take to get to Tiger Muay Thai?
Just like a van, like a party van kind of thing. There's cool
Yeah.
lights and stuff. So we stop at this like place, like from the airport to Tiger Muay Thai. We stop at this place where I guess they like book the taxi for the way back and like see if we wanted to like do any touristy stuff. Just trying to get our money. And like the girl opens the door and she's like, "Oh, is that Papa?" It was like Mike with like a bunch of like younger people and like
None of us look alike. None of us look alike.
So they thought Mike was Papa to everybody?
Yes, so that's what we addressed him for the rest of the trip. And the thing is,
I think he wanted to hit us.
I know, on so many occurrences, on so many occasions, the people in charge are like, "Is that your Papa?" And we just went along. We're like, "Yeah, Papa, it is."
Yeah, I think he wanted to like hit us, but it's fine.
Oh, and the party van, so we call it, that we took, I don't know why, but everybody there is obsessed with Christmas decorations. I don't know if it's like a cheap Dollarama deal or something.
They don't get snow there, Shay.
They had snowflake stickers. They had the freaking boule de Noël that you hang on a Christmas tree and the tinsel. And they put that
Everywhere.
stuff up everywhere. So I don't know if it's like us having tiki torches, that same concept, and trying to make our yards cooler, and they do that with like Christmas decorations, but that was a thing there.
And you guys did not go on a tuk-tuk at any point?
No!
We didn't see any.
How
Yes,
did
we
you
did.
guys know?
Yes, we did. Because you asked Ricky, you're like, "Oh, what does a tuk-tuk look like?" And we had gone to one of the mall, like in Central Phuket.
Yeah.
And it was the one pulled on the side, the
I can't
three
believe
wheels.
you guys didn't go
I really don't listen, I guess.
tuk-tuk riding. Like,
But there wasn't
man, we
any.
had people like racing them on the streets of Thailand.
We
It was
went in one
awesome.
taxi that had no walls. It was
Yeah.
just like a little
party
like
bus.
No, it wasn't the party bus. It was one coming back from Bangla. Like that, like there was like the two driver, like the front, and then the end was just like like
Open?
just open.
Oh, I called it a party bus. I was wrong.
I don't know. That's just
they
like
had
a
a
death
huge
trap, but it's
speaker
fine.
inside, and we couldn't even connect our music. So
We're
a
way
little
like
disappointed.
that's like at the end. We're back to the beginning.
Oh yeah. So we didn't even start our journey. So we
We are in
to
Tiger Muay Thai.
Phuket. We
There
go to
were
Tiger Muay
dogs
Thai.
everywhere.
Oh my god.
So many cats and dogs roaming. It was amazing.
Let me tell you now that 90% of Sonia's camera roll consists of stray dogs and cats that we saw in Thailand.
Yeah, there was something definitely wrong with Sonia.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like
They were
I'm
so
like
nice.
I'm looking. I'm trying to look at her story and stuff like that to see some cool pictures, and all I see is like, like I'm like, what the heck is wrong with her, man?
I was just so excited to see the pets. There were like geckos everywhere.
I got mad at
I'm
her
like, they
so
look
many
like they're
times.
flea infested.
That's what I
like,
told her. I was
you know,
so mad at
the
her.
cat. The cat's like looks like it's missing half its fur.
I
you
pet
know,
it and I'm like, oh,
it doesn't
man,
even
I have to
meow
go-
properly. It's you know, and then I see Sonia, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with her, man? Like it's like Sonia, stop. Like, get away from the food.
We tried to keep her under control. We
was
told her to
stopping
wash
me.
her hands a lot.
I did.
Oh,
I
it's
like
horrible.
the first time I pet the cat, I'm like, oh man, now I've got fleas. So I had to go wash my hands, but then I pet it again.
You're probably not even exaggerating. You probably did get fleas. Thank God they don't live on humans. It's like
Oh,
crazy.
is that a thing? I don't know. Anyways, so we get to Tiger Muay Thai.
Sign up for our membership.
We got our memberships, and then we went to the rooms. And
No, we went to the place. Oh yeah, you're right. We went to the rooms.
Actually, one thing that you said that I thought was kind of interesting, because I've experienced that too. Like, you know, when you go to get off the plane and you're kind of going into that, like that, I don't know what the hell.
the
it's called.
tube that goes.
Yeah, the
through.
tube that goes from the plane to the stairs, and you can feel the heat of the country. You know, it's
You
like
weren't in
it's just
Canada
like
anymore.
it like punches you right in the body.
I feel so much heavier walking through. It's gross. But then,
It's
like,
great.
I was bad. I had worn a huge sweater and sweatpants,
too,
and
though.
it was the Adidas one with the zipper up the side. So I had zipped them up. I looked like a complete tourist.
I was gonna
And
be
zipped
like,
them
man,
up
what did you do?
and-
Did you borrow your parents' clothes? Like,
Yeah.
or actually, sorry, did you borrow Mike's clothes? Mike, can I borrow your Adidas pants?
They're both like bringing up their pants.
Yeah, so
Their
we
cut off shorts.
Who was doing that?
I did.
She pulled up her pants to make them into shorts. Like, it
But
was
the-
a disgrace.
The
know what?
worst part was
Back
that
in the 90s, I used to cut my pants, you know, like...
yeah.
yeah. You know, it was like, hey, I can't really buy shorts, but I can cut my pants.
Oh my god.
Like, cut my pants.
Well, that's why there's a different
And that's why
era
you
now.
stayed back this time.
Yeah. Well, if I would have known that you'd be, rolling up the Adidas pants. I already have Adidas. I could have brought mine too.
I was waiting for like the snap off, like.
But that was the worst,
Yeah.
is when I zipped
And then
it
I
up.
folded my windbreaker back into a fanny pack and put it in because it was too hot. It's like, what the hell?
No, but when I had pulled them up, I didn't know that my ankles were swollen. So it was just...
How did you not know?
Because
I didn't realize
I
until
didn't-
we landed.
Yeah.
Ricky's like, oh my god, your ankles
That's
look
when she
so
made
big.
fun of me. Or that's when he made fun of me. He goes, he's like, hey Shay, why do you have muffin tops over your socks? And I looked down, and from my toes to my knee, it was like one width, one wideness, and my pants were pulled up, so that's all you could see. I look like somebody who was pregnant with 4 kids for like 2 years. And I know that math doesn't add up, but that's how
The
much,
cankles
that's the
were
imagery
real.
I'm trying to give you. Like, I should have just been there with a
Did
jar
you take
of
pictures
pickles.
of this?
I took a video, and I don't think I saved it, though. I was kind of
course not,
embarrassed.
And
Yeah.
we should have left her in Thailand. She should have just stayed there.
I should have. I would have fit right in. I
Yeah.
love the food
Anyways.
there.
So we're still on day 1, man.
Yeah, we're still-
We're not even like at the first full day.
And then, so let's wrap up day 1. So basically, we put our stuff in our room. It smelled like really old people basement because it's so muggy, and I hate that kind of stuff. So I was stressed out.
Was there
so,
air conditioning in the room?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
okay.
power cleaned the room, and Ricky and Sonia had told me that they found a cockroach in theirs. So I basically had lifted all my suitcase and everything that was on the ground to like the highest shelf there was, because I really don't like bugs. And then we went out to eat, and then we went to bed. And when I say went to bed, I mean
It was
lay
6
there in
p.m.
fear.
6 p.m. Let me say
So you
6
laid there in
p.m.
fear?
I laid there in fear because I didn't want a cockroach to come up. I was so grossed out. I hate that kind of stuff. But I was so tired that I fell asleep quite blissfully in fear.
Yeah.
All right.
As much of an oxymoron as that
Yes,
is.
it was a
So, day 2. We wake up. Sonia, Ricky, and I, it's 4:30 in the morning. We're like,
Yeah.
what do we do with all this time? So we went for a walk. We had gotten breakfast at, 6:45?
Something like that.
And then after that, we thought we were going to train the 8 o'clock class. That was a lie. We ended up training the 10 o'clock boxing class, which was our first class.
It was so much fun.
It was one of my favorite classes. The thing is, it was really weird to train in that kind of heat.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you can't go
Yeah.
crazy the first time.
Yeah.
You have to like pace yourself. A lot of people, that's a big
didn't
mistake they
pace
make.
ourselves.
They're like, man, it's my first class in Thailand, and they go absolutely animal.
That's what we did.
And then
did.
the heat gets them, and then they're puking, and then they're sick for the next 2 days.
That's what happened to Shay and Ricky.
Yeah. But I kid you not, we drank minimum 6 liters of water a day. And I say this as
and
I
did
was
not even
filming,
pee.
all the time. All
Just
the time.
sweat it.
didn't
just
sweat it out, you
everything.
just sweat it out.
It was nasty.
It was really gross.
It's
but
good though. It was nice. It felt cleansing. I don't know about you, but I felt cleansed.
Oh my
I feel
god.
good. But, so,
And
okay.
then I burned incense and.
I brought some back. I'm
Oh,
not even
no.
going to lie. They burnt it everywhere, and I'm like, I got to bring this home. So anyway, we finished the first class. It was awesome. We had a great time. And then, so we go out to eat a second time. We come back to the gym. We're like, let's train the 2-hour Muay Thai class. Which, right away, let me tell you, on your first day is a mistake. Only because we weren't fully adjusted to the heat. We were overly jet lagged, and we had so much food in our stomachs because we were trying to eat everything that was served to us. So we get into the class, and we're running for 15 minutes. The warm-up's about a half hour. And so we get to the shadow boxing portion. And so the crew comes out, and he looks at Ricky, and right away, his eyes get huge, and he goes, "You. How long have you been training for?" And Ricky's probably going to get mad because I'm not saying this right, because I was like an outsider perspective. And so Ricky goes off to tell him, I think he said 3 or 4 years or something. And he goes, how many fights? And he says his fights. And he's like, you don't belong in this class. Neither does Sonia. So he kicks him and Sonia out to the advanced class. And so they move on to go, oh my God.
So let me
I
tell
don't
you
even know
our
what you
logic
guys did.
behind this. So there's like 3 different, like, or 4, categories. Like you have your beginners, your intermediate, your advanced, and your pro. So the girl, when we were signing up, like, okay, to me and Ricky, like, oh, you guys are going to be in the advanced, and they said that we had to run, and we're like, okay, one, like, we're not runners, okay, we don't run.
Especially in 40 plus degrees.
And then the second one, like, we don't know how long, we don't know where, so we're like, let's just stay in intermediate and, like, kind of, like, keep an eye out on the advance, because, like, the mats are side by side.
They'll move you guys up anyway.
Yeah,
Like.
so we're, like, keeping an eye out, see how long they're running, we start shadow boxing, they kick us up. Anyways, it felt good, so resume. I just had to put more backstory to that.
Oh, yeah. So basically, they go into their class. I don't know how the rest of their class goes. I'm feeling confident. I'm training. We get to the hour mark of a 2-hour class, and all of a sudden, everything's heavy. I feel like I have to throw up. And I'm like, this freaking sucks. And I'm like, you know what? It's so disrespectful to walk off. Let's power through. And so I'm punching and gagging at the same time, trying to hold my vomit back. And we get to the end of the class, and I am seeing spots. I mean, I'm sparring, and I go in and out. And every time I come back, it's because I get punched in the face. And I explained this to Sonia and Ricky after, and they were so mad at me. But I was so determined to finish the class. And so we get to the end of the class, and I see Michel walk up, and he's laughing because Ricky had just thrown up in his class. So I'm like, I'm glad I'm not the only
Honestly, there's
one.
so much more. Because, like, Ricky yacked, like, when we were hitting pads. And it was nasty. I'm laughing
He was
at
holding
him.
pads at the time, too, right?
No, he wasn't holding.
Okay,
No.
then I'm wrong. Sorry,
No.
podcast.
So Ricky pukes, like, at the hour mark. Can you say that the three of us were, like, doing rough? I was fine. Like, I was thriving.
Sorry.
So Ricky pukes when they're hitting pads, and then when they're training, he gets punched in the nose or elbowed in the nose, and his nose just, like, explosion of blood everywhere. It was disgusting. Everyone's laughing. I'm laughing at him. Like, anyway, so, like, Ricky was having a rough time, but, like, the Thai trainers were all like, he's tough. He can push through it. So they liked him for that. I was okay. I was tired. I was sweaty, but I did not want to yak. I was fine. So I'm just separated. I'm too good for you guys.
I know. We call her the cardio queen out there.
I don't know.
But anyway, so we finish, and Ricky and Sonia and Michelle walk to my class to come get me. And I'm sitting on the ground,
get her.
and I'm trying to, like, drink my water, and they're like, come on, Shay. And I'm sitting down, and I go to stand up. I'm like, wait. So we sat there for 5 more minutes because I can't compose myself. I finally go to stand, and my knees buckle, and I go back down. So Ricky hops onto the mats to help me up. We take 3 steps. I'm like, I gotta sit.
SS hotness!
It's Cheyenne Le Shit Show, instead of La Sorsa out there. But, so I sit back down. I'm, like, dry heaving, trying not to throw up. We finally take, like, 10 minutes, and I walk off like nothing happened. We showered and we go eat. I'm ready for the next day.
And then a bedtime at 6 p.m.
Bedtime. So basically, just to give you guys an idea, our daily routine was, well, for me anyway, I woke up every day at 4:30. No, not because I'm a go-getter. It's just because of my sleep schedule. And then we went to bed at 6 p.m. But it's honestly,
amazing.
if I would have stayed there, it would have been a routine I would have maintained because I really liked being up that early. And honestly, over there, the sun set by like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it was weird.
So it was dark.
Awesome. Okay, guys, we're sitting at about the 18-minute mark, so let's.
That was day one.
I know. So what we'll do is we'll cut this one down, and we'll start a second podcast. So that people can kind of listen, and not
See what happened day 2.
Yeah. This one, yeah. Hopefully, it won't be an 18 minutes for day 2. We will kind of fast forward through some of the puking stories and.
Oh,
that
sorry,
was it.
guys.
The puking stories. That's it. Like,
Yeah, that's
it.
all.
All right,
That we thrive.
guys, tune in to the next podcast for Thailand. Take 2. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.